But by the time you get there, it's shut. We're not making any progress, right? 2016, you go in a supermarket, you still can't get a trolley that goes straight. Yet when you go in the car park, there's a fellow with 50 of them in a straight line. And these new supermarkets are springing up everywhere. Have you seen them? Hello? And they're great, it's all perfectly brand new. You go in, everything's brand spanking new. You spend 3 months getting used to where everything is, and then what do? Change it. And the food's not the same either, is it? I got some bacon from Morrison's the other week. It was that thin, it only had one side. And do you remember when you used to make a bacon butty and then you fry the egg in the fat? Do you remember that? Yeah. There's enough water now to poach one. But I feel sorry for the kids now with all that rubbish they eat. McDonald's, innit? I mean, he's done well. He only started with a farm, but... I mean, which part of the chicken is the nuggets? But you see, the problem is, you see, with this rubbish the kids eat now, they can't build up their immunities. You know what I mean? Looking around, like I said, some of us are the same age. When we were kids growing up, when we were first born, all the rest of it, we had the best God-given thing ever to build up our immunities. What was it? Mother's milk. Correct. It was perfect. It was always warm. It was in handy containers. And the cat couldn't get at it. But there's so many things. Look at the cars that the teenagers have got now. Have you heard them when they go past you with the window open? There's no engine in it. It's the power of the speakers that moves the car. I've just bought a new car. I know. A 2.8. 260 brake horsepower. Reliant Robin. I had a sunroof put in it last week. It looks like a whistle now. I don't know why people call them Reliant Robins. I've only ever had one problem with it. When I took it for its first service, the mechanic was stupid. I went, come on lad, over the pit. Come on. Come on. It's a three-wheeler, love, you see. Another thing that bothers me, doctors. They're not the same, are they? It worries me, they call it a practice. It's not your doctor you've got to worry about, is it, eh? It's who you've got to get past first. The receptionist. Have you got one of them? First line of defence. And when I see my doctor the other week, I walked in, she was sat there like a hun at a till. She had a face like a smell of gas. I said, excuse me, I'd like to see the doctor. She said, he's very busy. I said, right, okay, I'll come back when I'm better then. And is it me or not? But have you noticed when you go and see the doctor now, they never look at you anymore. It's always that computer screen. Am I right? Yeah. And you see, all this computer terminology didn't mean the same to me when I was growing up. I'll prove my point. Hard drive. That was a long journey in a car. Cursor. That was someone who used to swear a lot. Mouse pad. That was where a mouse lived. And if you had a 3.5-inch floppy, you just kept your gob shut. But I don't know whether we're making any advances or not, do you, now with this technology? I mean, there's all that, what's that thing we're doing with the food now? They're changing all that, aren't they? What do they call it? Genetically modified. It's frightening, isn't it? Hello? Yes. Mind you, that leg of salmon I had the other night was really nice. I'm going to stop doing the clever stuff, forget it. Thanks, mate. But there's a lot of things changing now as well. I mean, all this technology. I mean, to be honest, if you're over 35, you can't even set the timer on the DVD. Am I right? Yes. But it's the way we do it. We're crazy. Every weekend you get ready, don't you? New shoes, suit, shirt, tie, Treks. There's you, absolutely immaculate. How do I look, darling? Fantastic. Then you set the DVD player. I'm sorry you can't see this at the back, it's really funny. Allegedly. So then you go forward, fast play, BBC, I tip you, but you pain in the forward, pass, get the book. Get me the book. And then your 14-year-old comes in. They've all got that disappearing hand disease, haven't they? Forward, left. I said to my son, I said, set the video with your son. He's like, yeah, all right then, what do you want? I said, BBC One stereo golf in the country. There you go. I mean, they can do all that, but they can't wash up though, can they? Another thing, ladies, what gives fellas the right in this day and age to firmly believe they have total control and ownership for the remote for the telly? Am I right, girls? Oh, come on. Come on, fellas, be honest. We sit there, don't we? Flick, 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 flick. And if it's on one station for longer than 5 seconds, your wife goes, oh, we're watching this one, are we? You get your own back on a Sunday, don't you, girls, eh? There's the light of your life led on the settee, his t-shirt rolled up, and his muscular six-pack gleaming. Football, full volume. That's when you sneak over and nick the remote, don't you? As soon as you change the channel, he's up, isn't he? Hey, I rest my case. Oh, hello. Showing me age now. Alright, guys. Happy? Isn't it great to see a live band for once? You don't see it now, do you? Just like you don't see any live entertainment on telly now, you don't get any variety, do you? You have to come on here. For one night. I mean, they've all gone now, you know. 2 Ronnies, Morecambe and Wise, all that. I don't feel so well myself. But it was good stuff, wasn't it? Yeah, that's all right then. But you see, there are different things changing now with the music and all the rest of it. I mean, I don't know. You see, half of my family from Yorkshire. Any people in from Yorkshire? You've lived there? Right, okay then. But you're not from Yorkshire. Right. Shall I ask you one on sport? Right. Because not many people realise, not many people realise, but Yorkshire's famous for cat's eyes. Do you know that? Yes. The guy that invented the cat's eyes was from Yorkshire. I think it was called Percy Shaw, and he was from Halifax. Great story. He was driving down a country lane, his headlamp shone in this cat's face, and he invented the cat's eyes. If the cat been going the other way, he would have invented the pencil sharpener. I didn't have to explain that one though, did I? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, half of my family from a place you probably heard of called Pudsey, and half were from Lancashire, but we used to go to my grandma's, right, for Sunday lunch, because she played proper music and this and all the rest of it. So I used to have my Sunday lunch with my grandma, because she made a proper Yorkshire pudding before the meal. Am I right with the gravy? Yes, yes. Yeah. Then I used to sit on her knee and I used to go, sing us one of them good old songs, Grandma, will you? She used to go, of course I will, love. Send to me some scarlet... Can you imagine in 30 years' time if some of these kids are grandparents and the grandchildren go and see them on a Sunday lunch? And one of them says, Grandma, sing us one of them songs, will you? She went, of course I will, love. Because it's all about the bass, no treble. It's all about the bass, no treble. And the granddad jumps up out the chair. I got to move it. I got to move it. Ow, get on down, boogie. Yeehaw! Woohoo! All that stuff, and I get a round of applause for walking backwards. But you see, it's not the same, all the music. I mean, I don't know whether anybody likes opera or not. Do you like opera? Yes. Do you know what I mean? Have you seen Phantom of the Opera? Yes. Great, that, isn't it? I mean, I don't know whether you know the story or not, but The Phantom of the Opera is a story of an extremely ugly composer who fell in love with a beautiful woman. I wonder where Andrew Lloyd Webber got that idea from. Look at me on the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sing a song now. I don't sing much, you'll see why in a minute. This song was originally recorded by Mr. Elvis Presley and was entitled Only You. But for the lady from Yorkshire, it's called Nowt But Thee. I'm a better singer than Elvis. Well, I am now. This song. No, this song actually I'm going to dedicate to a gentleman who passed away a short while ago and shall be sadly missed. Don't know whether you remember him or not. Mr. Gene Pitney. Remember Gene Pitney? This is my little tribute to Mr. Gene Pitney. Ready, guys? 3, 4. I can see. I can see. You're slipping away. I can see. What? I know you haven't got any music. I'm not on as much money as the rest. I'm on a YTS. You can give me something, can you? I mean, if I go, I can see, digga-digga-dum, you're slipping away from me, digga-digga-dum. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, slight lack of communication. The late, great Mr. Gene Pitney. Ready, guys? 3, 4. I can see, digga-digga-dum. Oh, that's funny. But you see, the songs that you remember, do you know what age you are? Do you know that? I tell you what, let's have a little competition. I'll sing the first bit, you sing the second bit, and I'll tell you how old you are. Are you game? Okay, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. There she was, and she's still walking down the street singing to my baby, I rest my case. You're all 35. Now we're getting there. And you can always tell the old songs, the good stuff, just from the introduction. See if you remember this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I could hide neath the wings, come on, of the bluebird as she sings. 6 o'clock alarm never rings, but it rings and I rise. I wipe the sleep out of my eyes. Shaving razor's cold and it stings. Come on, you know it. What is it? Go for it. So what can it be? Yeah, we don't want the whole album. Who recorded that? The Monkeys. 2 monkeys in the bath. One went the other one said, well, put some coal in then. And this one is probably the most famous one in the whole wide world. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're everywhere and nowhere, baby, and that's where you're at. Strolling down a country hillside in your hippie hat. You're riding across the country and getting fat, saying everything that's groovy when your tires are flat and it's hey, look out, Falmouth. The Boudicca Commandos. Anybody remember Buddy Holly? See if you remember this one. The sky is blue, there's not a cloud to spoil that view, but it's raining. Where's it raining? Raining in my heart. Fantastic. The weatherman says it's clear today. He doesn't know you've gone away, but it's raining. Where? Raining in my heart. Far, middle eight. Whoa, oh misery, oh misery. What's gonna become of me? I tell my blues they mustn't show. All these tears are bound to flow, but it's raining. Where? Lovely. To the bridge. Oh, oh misery, oh misery. What's gonna become of me? I tell my blues they mustn't show. All these tears are bound to flow, but it's raining. Raining in my heart. Raining in my heart. Raining in my heart. Nice song. Hey! Never mind, you can go to Falmouth tomorrow, then are you going back home? I know you're not, you're going on that Ovation, aren't you? That biggie. That's huge, that thing, isn't it? Enormous. Is it American? See, yeah. Have you got any Americans in? I don't like them. They've always got something bigger and better than we have, haven't they? Let's be honest. I was on this very ship in Antigua in the Caribbean ages ago, right? And there was a massive big American ship docked behind us, right? Something like 4,500 passengers, and they must be able to eat 24 hours a day, because when they got off they were like So I look at this ship, right, and there's a climbing wall on it. Now I thought the only way they're going to get this lot to the top of there is put a buffet on it. So we're in this little bar in Antigua, and this American guy came in and went, "Hey man," he said, "you on that little bitty ship, the Boudicca?" I went, no, that's one of our tenders, mate. We're docked just round the bay here." This American decided to try one of our transport cafes. You know the place, 4 bowls of soup, then realises the roof's leaking. He sat there, the waitress came over, beautiful speaker. "Yes, what do you want?" He said, "I'll have a sheep's head, lady." "Sheep's head, one." He said, "Just a minute, ma'am, I want it American style. Take the brains out." You see, we get quite a lot in Blackpool, a lot of American tourists. There was one in a taxi a while ago, taps the taxi driver on the shoulder. Said, "Hey man, what's that over there?" He said, "It's the beach." He said, "Back home I've got a bigger window box than that." A bit further down the promenade, he said, "Hey man, what's that over there?" He said, "It's a chip shop." He said, "Back home my dog sleeps in a bigger kennel." All of a sudden they drive past Blackpool Tower. This American is impressed. He said, "Hey man, what's that?" He said, "It's a vinegar bottle for one of your chip shops." And never mind. So has anyone been near winning the lottery for a while? I was close last week, I was close. What was that? Fella next door won it. Always bothers me what they do with that lottery money. Do you remember in the UK ages ago they paid either 13 or 18 million for Churchill's papers? Do you remember that? Yeah. I think somebody would have cancelled them. Imagine somebody going up to Churchill now and saying, "Can we pay your papers?" He'd go, "Oh yes." Anyway. Oh, for goodness. Come on, wake up. And so there's these. Anybody from the northeast? Yes. Really? There's only you'll understand this, unless you're Scandinavian, and it's very similar. But don't worry, I'll translate. There's this couple in Newcastle checking the lottery. All of a sudden he gets a fetch. He says, "What?" He said, "We won the lottery." "We won the lottery." She says, "Why, you haven't been daft." He says, "We have." She says, "Why, that's canny." He says, "I know." She says, what are we going to do with the money? He said, I thought we'd send more Johnny down to London to learn to talk proper like what we do. She said, what a great idea. So he picks up the phone, he phones a public school in London. He goes, hello? So I said, yes. He said, my name's Johnny Water from the North East. We won the lottery. We want to send more Johnny doing that to learn to talk proper like what we does. He says, yes, no problem. There's £30,000 a term. Do you know where we are? He said, why not? He said, I've never been south of Hetley Hall. He said, when I get onto the M1 motorway, till you get to a roundabout, you go round and round the roundabout and you're on the right. All right, he said, I'll be doing after weekend because I've got a pigeon meeting. So after weekend, he goes down straight in the headmaster's office. He goes, hello, headmaster, should I fetch that way? He said, yes, yes, yes. Just leave your son, return within 6 months, and I'm sure you'll see a marked improvement. So 6 months later, he goes straight down, straight in the headmaster's office. He goes, hello, headmaster, says, I've come and see about our Johnny. And the headmaster says, didn't you talk to me about your Johnny? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for listening to my inane drivel for a while. Oh, that's it, 45 minutes, that'll do us. You will be pleased to know that I don't... No, I'll leave it. No, stop taking the mickey. Can't hear him, the shouting door. No, alright, no, seriously. From tonight on, I shall be your favourite cabaret act that you've ever seen because I do not sell tapes, DVDs or CDs. But I have got some jars of chutney if anybody's interested. Seriously, I know it's only one night, but I hope you really enjoy yourself and you do a future cruise. But I'd like to leave you now with my favourite story. Start the car. As this fella and this woman decide they don't want any more, she said, you'll have to have that operation. She said, because they're not messing with my ovaries. So we got to the doctor, said, doctor, my wife and I don't want any more children, I've got some... He said, you don't need an operation now, mate? He said, why not? He said, we've got a brand new technique. He said, what is it? He said, you get a newspaper, you roll it up, you fill it full of gunpowder, put a 10-second fuse in the end, stick it in your ear, count to 10, and the job's done. He said, I think I'd like a second opinion. I said, okay, you're ugly as well. So on the way home, he got the newspaper, gunpowder, 10-second fuse, he got in, his wife said, well, have they done it? He said, I can do it myself. Love. She said, how? He said, I roll this newspaper up, fill it full of gunpowder, put a 10-second fuse in the end, stick it in my ear, count to 10, and that's it. Oh, she said, well, go on then. Go on. So we rolled the newspaper up, filled it full of gunpowder, put a 10-second fuse in the end, he stuck it in his ear, and he went, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should see your faces when I'm doing that. Where the hell is he going with it? Cheers, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for listening. It's a bit unusual in this day and age. 45 minutes, not one swear word and not one blue joke. It can be done. Good night. The true class act indeed. Ladies and gentlemen,